Cindy, this was actually the most anticipated budget of all time. People are looking at it whether to see whether it's pro business or whether it is people centric. Was it actually balanced though?
I guess it depends on who you ask. Of course, if you are displaying wealth that you shouldn't have, then probably you would rethink that, because the IRB is going to come after people who with unexplained wealth, and especially if you haven't paid your taxes. And to be fair, this is highly anticipated because of the new government, and since they're doing zero-based budgeting, and we have 1 trillion debt. That wasn't that big an issue previously, but this time, because of that, and there was this huge amount of unrefunded taxes, 37 billion, that the government needs to give back to the people and businesses. So and the swapping of GST with SST, that's like 20 billion revenue lost on the government's part. So people are looking, businesses, especially analysts, they are all looking at how the government is going to address the shortfall in revenue, how they are going to find new revenue sources. So, and that is why this one is, and of course their policy direction going forward. That's why everyone is looking at this budget. As to whether expectations were met, there is a clear focus on the people, on people who actually need help, the B40 especially, because I think if I get the messaging right, what they want to do is, if let's say the normal people, the people out there, the B40, if they have more money to spend, and they feel comfortable, and that will mean that everyone else would probably be happy. Of course, this is theoretical. If they have money to spend, it would mean that people who are richer than them, people who earn more money than them, have money to spend. And when these people have money to spend, or they have money to spare, they are able to invest in education, upskilling, and then productivity can go up.
Now, all of these benefits aside, right? What I see from this budget is that the government is being very transparent. Like fiscal deficit, they actually say that they want to hit how many percentage down the road to in 2020. But while we are happy that the government is being very transparent to us, even the analysts actually say that this is actually a good thing. But one of the main concerns for the analysts is that they think that with all these cuts the government is doing, will it actually put some strains on the government's coffer?
It is still a concern. I think the rating agencies have said that Malaysia's debt levels are very high still compared to peers. But what, and I think the government knows this, that's why in the budget delivery itself, he specifically say this is our deficit this year. It's higher than what you think, what we previously thought, but it's actually spending that's being done anyway. And it's what's the change is what was off budget is actually now on the budget for everyone to see. And the important thing is that they are putting in ways to stem debt from growing a lot more, because the significance is because if Malaysia credit rating is downgraded by the foreign rating agencies, then that becomes a lot more expensive for everyone, and for businesses it's something that it's feared, and I think the government knows that and is engaging with the rating agencies. So that part is good.
Right. So right after the budget, when you go online and you read some comments, actually a lot of people, they are very angry about this is what we call digital tax and also living tax, airline levy. So what do you think?
Okay, the airline levy from my part, of course, people will be unhappy. But 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 40 ringgit, think of it as an appeal by the government. So, I mean, Malaysia, if you can travel, you actually have money to spare. And that 10 ringgit, that 40 ringgit, that 20 ringgit is not going to make much difference
Think
to
of
you
it
and
as
I.
a contribution.
Yeah, to Pakatan Harapan.
Yeah.
If they had a choice, I mean, they gave up GST, and it's a very big 20 billion cut on government revenue. It's a very small amount that is being asked for in terms of airfare levy. Think of it as helping the government, and we hold them accountable to spending the money well.
What about digital text? Because right now, when you watch Netflix or stream music from Spotify or Steam, right, you have to pay.
Yes, and you should pay. Content needs money to produce, and Netflix, Netflix, iFlix, they are already discounted compared to the services that we have out there, other services, and things like Astro, our satellite TV, they are being taxed. So why shouldn't someone who is watching iFlix and Netflix also pay a certain amount of taxes, right? So it levels playing field for everyone. And for the rest of us, we make sure that the government is spending our money, taxpayers' money well. And for the time being, I think because of the money that's being given out from GST, the government needs that. And if look at it this way: if the government cannot convince foreign rating agencies that the government's Malaysia's finances are in order, if they downgrade us, the country will be in more
expensive.
Yeah, it will be more expensive for everybody all around. So in that sense, if you look at the bigger picture, the 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 40 ringgit is actually not a lot more. You think of it, like you said, think of it as a contribution to Tabung Harapan.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.